Jack, you mind walking us through like a deal, maybe like from the beginning, or you're evaluating it, buying it, and then selling it, so we can kind of get an idea of some of the
Yeah.
numbers?
So the first thing you do is you want to select where you want to do this in the country, because the beauty of land flipping is that it's literally virtual. Like I just heard from one of our coaching students that started a couple of months ago that he is in Germany and he's doing this in the United States. And in the last couple of months, he gotten 14 deals under contract from Germany. He hasn't been in the US in the last couple of months. So it's 100% virtual. You select an area, as I said, like you focus on these three, either infill lots or just outside of a larger growing metropolitan area or an attractive rural area where we're within a couple of hour driving distance from a bigger metropolitan area, because your buyer is going to be the people living in the city that want to break out for the weekend. And once you select that, you get a list. There's data services today that you can get lists from. We have a software. We have a full-blown CRM system, A to Z, for our customers, that you can select the records, download them right to your system, and then it's integrated with a mailing house. You can do, and you can then either do direct mail, you can hire a cold calling service, or you can even hire a texting service to do it for you. Those are usually our three preferred ways of getting a hold of these sellers. And then the way you get a hold of them is one of the two ways. You can either send them a friendly letter and ask them to contact you if they're interested in selling. That's our typically first way when we go into a new area. We go like, hey, friendly letter, want to sell, and then we get about 2 to 3% of the people that we send a letter to call us back and say like, yeah, I'm interested in selling. What do you got? And then you have a little conversation with that. You can outsource that to the mailing house to a call center too. Or right now we're about to figure out, we're in the process of fine tuning how to actually use AI as a call center, that the people call and then you have an AI agent actually take the phone call and answer it, because it doesn't really take a human being. It's usually minimum wage call centers anyway. So an AI is actually probably sometimes actually more sophisticated and friendlier and better in answering those questions. It's incredible what AI is doing right now. And then, or the other option is, and then after that, you figure out what the value is. We'll get to that in a second. Or the other version is, and then you make an offer. The other alternative is that you go straight out of the gate with an offer. We call that a blind offer. Typically, we like to do that mostly in areas we already know. Because the challenge with a blind offer is that you got to do value research before you even know if that person is interested in selling the property. So if you want to contact 1,000 people, the best way to do that is in an area where the 1,000 lots that you want to make an offer on are all kind of the same. So if it's a flat area, a neighborhood, like a big piece of a big plain field with a bunch of houses and a bunch of empty lots, and they're all like 1 acre in size, and they all have utilities, and they're all kind of worth the same, well, then making blind offers is really simple, because you figure out what 10 of them are worth. You say, okay, it looks like they're all worth the same. They're all worth 50 grand. Let me make a $20,000 offer and just send it out. So that's the two ways we get there. Now with valuation, again, that's usually a question I get is, how do you figure out what they're worth? Well, up until about 8 years ago, the answer was it wasn't easy. But since then, it's actually pretty easy, because you go to Zillow and sold properties are sold sold comparables are everywhere. You do this exact same thing that you would do for a house. You go on Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, all those different websites. You look and you pinpoint your property. Usually that's easy because the county website has a geographical information system, shows you exactly where the property is, gives you the crossroads. So you put the land sometimes doesn't have an address. That makes it just a tad harder, because you can't just put in 123 Main Street, because the lot next to 123 Main Street. Well, what you can do is, like, if there's a house next door, you take the house address, put it into Zillow, and then look at in that area, switch over to land only, and then see like, oh, well, in that neighborhood, I see this lot is an acre sold for 55K. This one sold for 57K. This one sold for 53K. All in the last few months, I'm done. I got my value. Right? There's a few other ways. You can adjust for size. You can do a few other things, but usually that's the way you value it, and then you make your offer. Now, again, what we like to do is we don't like to buy from people that want market value because there's no money for us. Although some of more advanced ways that we teach, you can buy something for market value and then perhaps split it. Like if a property as it is worth 300 grand, you can buy it for 300 grand and then split it into 5 lots. And now each of the 5 lots is worth 125 or 120. So now together they're worth 600. Right? So when the people that work with us, we have a network of lenders and investors. They're like, then if they need 300 grand, they're probably 2-3 days later, they have the 300 grand to buy the property, split it, and then put it back out on the market. They might have to do a profit split with those investors, but it still is a way to do it. So we're doing some advanced kind of stuff. We're doing some creative finance. We don't just have a cookie cutter kind of take a $5,000 property on a contract for $5 grand and sell it for $500,000, sell it for $5 grand with 500 down and 150 per month. Other people in the industry do that. We do that too, but it's only one out of probably 15 different ways that we deal with land. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know if I answered your question.
No, yeah, you did.
A tangent, I think.
No, that was good. The question I had for you is kind of 2 parts. One is realistically, how much money does somebody need to get started? And how long does it take to kind of get the business up and running?
You want to see the entire episode? Click here. If you want to learn how investors use infinite banking to increase their returns and lower their taxes, click here. If you want to see if infinite banking is for you and you have some questions, hop on a discovery call with us and one of our coaches. The link for that will be in the description.